Emergency Preparedness in Schools, School Crisis Management. Upon reflection of this week's modules, I thought a lot about different organizations and their crisis management. One that came to the forefront of my mind was schools. According to the CDC, in the United States, about 69 million children are separated from their parents or their caregivers every workday to attend schools or child care institutions. We all know that emergencies can happen at any time. It seems very important that not only these children are protected and prepared, but so are their parents and their caregivers. Families and communities expect schools to keep their children safe from threats, human emergencies such as crime and violence, and hazards such as natural disasters, disease outbreaks, and accidents. Students, faculty, and administrators can prepare themselves for crisis at schools by several ways, from conducting regular emergency-specific drills to making sure buildings are up to code. When crisis does strike schools, we need to know how to respond appropriately and recover quickly. According to Accredited Schools Online, between 2007 and 2011, fire departments in the United States responded to 5,700 structure fires in school settings. 71% were in K-12 schools, and about half were intentionally set. This is just one thing that schools need to prepare for. We can't allow our schools to rely on the "it will never happen to us" mentality. Crisis can occur at any time and any place, and parents and students should be educated on how to handle crisis. A parent's natural reaction is to want to respond directly, most often because they feel left out of the loop and they have not been given information on where they should respond to be reunited with their children. It is very critical for schools to identify a number of relocation sites to be used as staging areas to keep parents out of the way of first responders and to set up a space that the parents can be kept up to date. So we have decided that we need a school emergency operation plan, but who needs to be involved in this plan? First off, we need administrators, teachers, nurses, transportation departments, SROs and law enforcement, EMS, fire, mental health service, and utility departments. In this plan, what type of events should be addressed? Severe weather, fire, bomb threats, active shooters or threats of active shooters, student or staff deaths, medical emergencies, and natural disasters such as flood, tornadoes, and hurricanes. In your school's emergency management plan, there should be 4 phases that need to be considered. These are prevention, preparedness, protection, and mitigation, response and investigation, and recovery. When schools set up crisis plans, roles need to be clearly outlined to avoid confusion in the event of an actual emergency. Emergency planning should be viewed as a never-ending cycle. The work is never done once the plan is in place and distributed to personnel. The plan must be tested through many series of drills. This will reveal plan deficiencies. The plan then must be revised to incorporate lessons learned during these drills. These plans should include numerous examples to assist students. For example, what if a lockdown happens when a student has gone to the restroom and she emerges from the restroom and doesn't know what to do because the classroom door is locked? The students need to be educated on exactly what to do in these events. Disasters and emergencies are scary and confusing to everyone, but especially children. We will have to actively involve them in their own preparedness. This will give them some sense of control during a time that is very chaotic. Teachers can make classroom disaster kits and let the kids be involved in what to include and why they need it included. It doesn't do much good for teachers just to make them and the kids have no idea what to do with them until the moment strikes. Schools should practice evacuating from buildings not only in fire drills but numerous other disaster scenarios so the students know all their options. They should always have more than one option in case the first one fails. Teachers, students, and staff should be given emergency directives to follow, but they need to be made aware of alternative strategies in case those directives fail. Knowing alternative strategies available to them can allow them to save lives and survive. Staff should always have permission to make independent decisions based on information they have at the time. A plan should always be made clear. Faculty and staff need to have an adaptive mindset. What if an escape route is consumed by fire? Will they have the ability to think on their feet? Most likely they won't if they haven't been trained. Training is of the utmost importance. The proper handling of school crises is essential to minimizing negative impact on learning and the physical and mental health of students and the community. Planning and implementation provides ways for schools to return to normalcy as quick as possible.